Hey everyone, it's Pete from Ironclad and I get to bring you a different kind of update today. It's a new product launch. Yep, the Kong Pro is finally here. So, point one, straight away you can see on the wall behind me, this is the new Kong Pro, this is the Kong Original, and you can see straight away it's high vis. This glove is really going to stand out where others don't. We have incorporated our IVE technology and we've put fluorescent TPR in the back of the hand so it sucks that sunlight in and emits it a lot longer. Let me just show you why that's important, because it's not just the orange fabric. Bright orange fabric is great, but it's not the be all and end all. This yellow TPR makes all the difference. Here's a glove, let me show you. Here's a glove. Now, that is actually off an oil rig, good old number 29 there has let me have his glove, and that's after months and months of use. And you can see straight away what stands out. It's the TPR that stays standing out, not the fabric. After washing and oil and grease, that's what happens. There's the Kong Pro. That means that TPR is going to be very bright. If it's overcast, if it's rainy, if it's early in the morning, late in the afternoon, this thing is going to be brighter, longer, and you're going to see it with all your PPE gear. That's point one. Point two, the specs, the stats, the figures. Let me break it down quickly for you. For my American friends, ANSI, ISEA 138. It has a cut level A6, abrasion level 5, impact level 2. That cut level, I think on the grams weight cut scale is 3834 grams, 3,834 grams, 3834 grams, ANSI A6. For my European friends, for the UK, for Asia, Asia Pacific, Australia, New Zealand, is to the EN 388 2016 standard. That is a 4x44FP. 4x44FP. Top of the pops, best you can get in a standard fabric glove. Now, I hear a lot of you say, yeah, sure, Pete, that's great. But there's a lot of other gloves, or there's other gloves out there that do the same thing. And yes, you're absolutely right. In our own range, we have the cut resistant glove, and we also have the Deck Crew. The Deck Crew is a fantastic glove. That's a 4x44 EP. But it's all about the fabric. And that's point three. Okay, point three, the fabrics. This is where it gets real interesting and where I get really excited, because these new fabrics I've been talking about are just great, but it's so much better for me to show you what the palm fabrics are like on a different range of gloves. And I'm not just talking other people's gloves, I'm talking our own gloves. Let me compare gloves in our range. So let's start with one that everyone knows, Kong Original. Kong Original and the Kong Original Palm. Now you can see straight away this is a two-piece palm, and the black areas represent where the underneath fabric is coming through. And let me show you what that looks like. There is the Kong Original fabric. You can see that, you can see how it works, and there's the palm there, right? Same fabric, there it is. It is two pieces. You have this fantastic suede on the top with the impregnated dots which help with the grip and the dirt and all of that, which has been fantastic. And then you have the layer, the black layer underneath, which gives you a nice feel on the inside, but also gives that added protection. We had to do that to provide the level of a dexterity, 2 layers, but this glove is an ANSI A1. At best, it was an A2 in the old ratings, and it's an EN 4242AP. 4242 AP. Kong Original 4242 AP ANSI A1 for 2 layers that are really quite thick. Now, dexterous in its time, great glove when it came out, and has been the staple for so many oil rigs and production and LNG and all of that, petrochemical, but that's what it is. 2 layers, 4242 AP ANSI A1. Let's go on to something a bit harder. And as I showed you before, we have the cut resistant glove, which we really show all of our demos on for being a great cut resistant. And we also have the Kong Deck Crew. Now the Deck Crew, you can see that's the palm on the Deck Crew. And let me show you what that fabric's like. There's a big fabric swatch. Now these are my testing swatches, as you can see, because I like to test everything out. So when I come on site, I know what I'm talking about. But here's the fabric. Now, that glove is ANSI A4. ANSI A4 cut, and it is an EN 4x44 EP. So not the top, close, but not the top. But that's about our best glove. Oil, water resistant, great palm. It has a 4-layer palm. So let me show you what that's like. There's that fantastic fabric, which is really great for gripping and holding. And then underneath that, we bonded this black fabric to it, right? And that's the oil and water resistant fabric. So that allows, all that stuff not to penetrate, gives it a lot of resistance. And it also, it's a bit foamy. So what it does is it gives a nice padding to that first fabric. It really grips in and makes the grip really quite solid. Underneath that is our special cut liner fabric. And you can see there what it's like. And it's like a scratchy material. That's where the cut liner is, okay? Quite a hard material, and obviously that's what's gonna save your hands. And then underneath that, we've bonded this thicker, fantastic felty foam soft touch feel for your palms. So it feels great. But that's 4 layers, 4x44 EP ANSI A4. For 4 layers. So that's how we had to get that 4 layers. And you can see that's still a full palm, but 4 layers. Now we get to the Kong Pro, and this is where I'm excited because we've got these new fabrics and they're so light and they're thinner and they just make things fantastic. So Kong Pro, there's the palm. You can all see the palm, and there's the fabric. Okay, same fabric, exactly the same. And what you've got is 3 layers. Now bear in mind, 4x44 FP ANSI A6, but the layers are so much thinner. There's one I cut through earlier that you can see. Let me show you what underneath is like. And this is what I mean by thinner. Here's that top layer, and that's the top layer there. But you can see immediately, you can already see the dots through the fabric. That's how thin it is. It's so thin and so dexterous, yeah? So much, much thinner than other stuff has been. Underneath that is immediately the cut layer. And that's that same cut layer that we used. Actually, it's a different cut layer than the other KDC. This is lighter again than the KDC. And then to that, we've bonded a very, very thin layer of black felt. Now, that is thinner than 2 of the other layers, one of the other layers on the Kong Original. It's that thin. That is what we call 1 layer. So that is effectively, because I can't even get them apart. I mean, they're stuck together. They're that tight. That's 2 layers. 2 layers for 4x44 FP ANSI A6. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean for you? What does that mean on the site? What does that mean on the oil and gas rigs, on the petrochemical site, on the LNG site, processing, construction? It means this. It means doing that. It means grabbing a nut, turning the nuts on top of the bolts, grabbing a tool and tightening your wrench and doing that sort of thing, having a pulley or a valve and turning those valves on and off, or a big rope where you're pulling the rope. It means that it is so light and dexterous. I can't tell you how easy that is to do. I mean, here's my remote and I'm just picking it up. That easy. It's just so good. That's the difference. You get fantastic abrasion, fantastic wear, fantastic puncture, and great cut in an awesome dexterous glove. That is point 3. So final comments. You get the same great protection for your impact that you get with all the other Kong. It's patented metacarpal protection, patented knuckle protection, up to 80% reduction on the back of the hand, patented fingertip and fingertip pinch protection. On that, let me show you something. I don't think I've shared this before. I don't think many people focus on this, but you can see the fingertips here. Now, they have funny angles on them. They're not just flat, and they go to a taper, and then we have this great pinch protection extra space around the outside. There's a reason for that. It's not all just about pure impact. The back of the hand, yes, that's pure impact, but the fingertips are actually designed as well for deflection. So those angles are designed so something will slip off it easily and your fingers will slip out of the situation much more easily. So even in the standards where they're measured for pure impact, and the new standards are all starting to do what we've done for years, measure impact. These are actually patented for more than impact. It's an overall picture of what happens. So bear that in mind. The fingertips are patented for deflection as well, and fingertip protection, pinch protection. So you get the same Kong protection resistance on this glove as everything else, with all the new features. You get a single piece palm, which is so much better for dexterity. It's much lighter weight. You get the fantastic visualization and the fit. Don't forget the Kong fit, 16-point fit on your hands. And you know, Kongs are great. They fit really well. So much so that, and the dexterity, so much so that when I go on site, this is what happens. I get WHSE managers, leading hands. They all do this. They grab it, they put it together to see the dexterity, and then they whip it on their hands straight away. And they go, wow, that's awesome. That's the great benefit about this. So there you go. There's my Kong Pro introduction to you. I would love to share more information with you. I will put the email links below. I will put the website below. Please reach out to your local Ironclad representative or manager in your country. This is worldwide, Brighton Best International. Globally, we have branches all around the world, Ironclad all around the world. Please reach out to us. Send us an email, put a comment below. We would love to introduce this to you and show you what the benefits are of Kong Pro. Finally, up here, the subscribe link, please click it. I'd love to send this out to you. I'd love to get our other videos out to you. We have more videos on training, on cut, on impact. We're doing more coming up. I've got one on touch coming up soon. So we would love to share more information with you. Thanks for watching. Please stay safe where you are, and I'll catch you next time.